All right, I am live. Um, Today I am using my microphone to make sure there's no weird noises popping up in the feed because I watched my previous video back and I was like, what is that weird noise? Um, my phone had some like stuff in it in the audio part. I had to clean it off. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna use my mic. So please, y'all, let me know if you can hear me as you enter the room. I would love to make sure or to just know that my audio is working the way it should be working. Um, but yeah, welcome to this live video, and I hope y'all are excited about this full moon energy. You are probably you said can hear you. Okay, so can hear me. Is that not a typo? Just making sure that that's not a typo and that you meant to say that you can absolutely hear me. Yes. Okay. Great. Thank you, Amber. Manifested like a woman. I love your name. Has your name always been manifested like a woman? um, if you changed it, I love the name update. Um, so yeah, I hope y'all are excited for this full moon. This live session is going to be preparing you for the energy of the full moon that we're going to be entering into tomorrow morning, and really the next few days. We're going to be in this energy. I've decided to name this full moon the Billionairess full moon. So this is the blood moon, the Billionairess blood moon. The reason why I decided to title it that is because the energy of really getting to the bottom of any current experiences of poverty, of lack, of things that are blocking, that you feel like are blocking, right? For a lot of you, if you're like me, which I'm sure that you probably are if you are on my channel, you may feel like or have a sense or like something might come up for you to where you start thinking to yourself, is this affecting my finances? Is this energy affecting my finances? Are these people affecting my finances? Is this thing that I'm doing affecting my wealth, right? Whatever it is that you feel like might be in the way of that full throttle experience of wealth, that is what I want to unlock for you. Um, so before we dive deep into it, I want to let y'all know I am going to be doing my own personal reading, um, personal ritual on tomorrow morning. Tomorrow during the peak of the full moon energy. And I know for a lot of you, some of you ask me like, oh, what things do I need to get, or what do I need to do to prepare for the ritual, or whatever like that. um what I have decided to do is open up space to where I am basically doing these wealth readings. So these wealth readings that are getting to the root of what is in the way of your next level, your billionairess frequency. For every single one of us, it might be something. For me personally, I have been digging really deep and realizing some things that it was always in the back of my mind, like, is this affecting my abundance? And I realized, like, yeah, after doing some spiritual work, after doing some energetic readings, um, all signs are pointing to yes. And at that moment, it gave me full permission. I finally gave myself full permission to go ahead and do the clearing work that I needed to do and to take the radical steps that I need to take in order to move forward in my life and create the abundance that I am stepping into the next level of. So that is what I'm offering to you all. If you want to be on the list, okay, I have my journal out right now. As I am doing this live, I have the link down in the description. If you want to be added to the link for me to go ahead and add you to the list of people that I also am going to be doing the wealth ritual for, then the PayPal link is down below. You can PayPal me. It's $66 to get added to the list. You'll be added to the list. I'm going to do the whole ritual, the whole shebang. You're going to be added to the candles. Everything is going to be separated. No energy is going to be mixed in together, but everybody's going to have their own candles. You're all going to have your own individual readings I'm going to send to you so that you can know what's going on with your wealth energy, what you need to do, everything that you need to change, so on and so forth. And if there's anything specifically that you know that you need to handle or you feel like you might need to handle, you can put that in the notes before you check out on the at the PayPal link. Put it inside of the notes, and I'm going to read into that energy for you and give you clarity on that. So now is the time, okay? Now is the time, and I don't really offer really one-on-one readings or any. I haven't done that in so long, but I just felt really called to just do it and offer it. I did a reading for one of my lovely subscribers in yesterday's live, and she's going ahead and applying everything that I shared with her from that reading. So if you want to be a part of the blood moon ritual, if you want to be added to the ritual that I'm doing tomorrow morning, then the link is down below in the description and you can be um included into that. So hello to everyone in the chat. There's Milan is here. Hello Milan. Toma is here. So that's the first thing I want to let y'all know. And also I'm having a flash sale on all of my most prominent courses. The links to that are also in the description. Deeply loved, valued, and worthy, safe to receive is actually something new that I'm offering. To help women to truly feel safe in their body again, in showing up and being seen and being in their light, to attract and be safe with wealth, okay? To being safe in wealth, okay? That is what safe to receive is all about. So if you have any issues with showing up, with being seen, with shining your light, and you're doubtful about your ability to, or even your worthiness to have the big thing that you want, then Safe to Receive is for you. So all of my courses, link is down below in the description. The flash sale is going on right now. All right, so this blood moon, okay? This blood moon in Pisces, what I want to talk about in today's live video, I want to get to the core of number one, why women keep getting to this place where they are burnt out in the way that they're receiving money. And I also want to talk about why most spiritual women, or women who have really spiritual leanings, tend to self-sabotage their flow of money. And I got into like the nitty-gritty of it yesterday in yesterday's live. But today I want to just kind of preface it again because this is this is this is what needs to end. This is what needs to end. This is like the tower, right? This full moon is the tower moment that you need to embrace right now. It's the transformation that you need to embrace right now, if you want to step into the next year prepared for what is coming to you. Because collectively, right now, we are in a 9 year. We're in a vibrational 9 year collectively. But next year, quote unquote, really the new year starts right now. Like if you're very sensitive to energy like I am, you can feel the energy shifting right now. You can feel that there's something changing in the air, right? In September, the end of August, in September, you start to feel that shift. It feels like the shift into autumn, right? But really, autumn is preparing you for the new year. Autumn is preparing you for the new year. So, once the new year comes around, we're going to be in the vibration of the number one. We're going to be in the 1 year vibration. We're no longer going to be in the 9 year. The 9 year is all about completion, wrapping old things up, okay? Learning our lessons, graduating from certain things, and releasing other things, okay? Now, the 9 year is the year to wrap things up, okay? Hold on, I'm gonna close my window because I hear these kids outside playing. But that is what we're moving into. We're moving into a 1 year, okay? And the 9 year is saying, let it all go. Let it all go. Especially your addiction to burning yourself out, hustling for money, and not receiving in the way that you're meant to receive as a woman. So live if you're in this live room right now, make sure you smash the like button, okay? Give this video a like, please. Like this video. I want to see these likes. The like button getting hit as y'all are coming in. Um, Under the radar says, "Can I ask you something?" Um, as long as it has to do with what I'm talking about, yes. Pinkerton7 says, "What's your favorite color crystal?" Okay, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. So let's keep the question centered on what I'm talking about. Goddess frequency. Yes, my Pisces is in my 11th house. I'm excited. Yes, your Pisces is in your 11th house. So your energy of being the 11th house is the house of your wildest dreams coming true. Your wildest dreams coming true. So yeah, that is exciting. Okay, so that's coming to an end. All of that has to end now. So whatever you are holding on to in regards to feeling like you have to work super hard, hustle super hard, or step outside of your energy in order for you to receive, then that has to be released during this full moon. If not, if you don't release it before this year is over, okay, so this is really, we're working on this right now, then you run the risk of repeating that energy, repeating this cycle for the next 9 years. That's the way the 9 year cycle works. Okay. So this is a collective energy that we're entering into. And the collective energy is saying for us to let it go and step into the new frequency of wealth that we're meant for. Okay. So women are burning out and struggling in money simply because they're not operating from a feminine place in the way that they receive money. hustling super hard, feeling like they have to be the one to carry everything and make everything happen. Okay. And when the self-sabotage around money starts coming in, um, right, when money starts flowing in and women feel like they need to sabotage the money that's coming in, this is coming from, this is essentially coming from not trusting. Okay. So what we're wanting to fully come out of is the need to control, the need to control, the need to have your hand in everything. Okay. The need to have your hand in everything. Um, this isn't the time for that anymore. Pisces energy is the energy of the most billionaires on the planet. Okay. The most billionaires on the planet are Pisces. Why is that? It's because Pisces taps into not just not wealth that you work for, but wealth that is in your spiritual, it's spiritually ordained wealth. And that kind of wealth is not, it has no limits. It has no limits. It's not quantifiable. Okay? It's everlasting, just like Pisces and the ocean, right? The ocean that we exist on. It's really, we don't even know the beginning of how vast and deep and unlimited the ocean is on this planet. Okay, we can't fathom that. So Pisces has the same energy about the sign, is that it's unlimited. It's an unlimited level or amount of money. Hi, Toma. So I'm not sure what you are attempting to say. I'm just gonna go ahead and mute you so I don't get distracted. Um, I hope one of my mods shows up in the room pretty soon, so that way I don't have to do this. If anybody that I can trust wants to mod my room for me, just say something in the chat. Um, so the self-sabotage comes in when you feel like you have to be the one to control and be the one to grab onto the money and control how things happen, the way things happen. Okay. Honestly, I'm being called to just go ahead and pull a card right now while I'm on this live session. Um, um, okay, I've got the Six of Wands coming out. This one. Okay, so there's a lot of success that wants to come through, but there's a fear of being seen and being recognized for who you really are, with the Six of Wands reverse coming out and then the World card showing up. This is there are women watching me right now who are meant to be seen on a big, on a large scale. Like, a lot of you are really meant to impact the world. Okay, you're meant to be seen and you're meant to be recognized by the world. But there's a fear of being seen, there's a fear of being recognized, and it's coming from your nervous system not feeling safe to receive. Hence why I have safe to receive in my bio. Safe to receive in my bio. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Okay. Somebody really needs to help me with the moderating. Okay. So, why you need to integrate your spirituality and emotional health into your wealth journey. Okay, this is why this is important, because Pisces represents spirituality. Pisces represents emotional well-being, emotional. Do not. That's my daughter trying to come in a live video. Um, it's safe for her to be seen, but when I'm ready for her to be seen. She don't need to be seen all the time. Also, before I continue, we're 20 minutes into the video, but if there's anyone watching me right now with any ill intent, with any intention to absorb my energy and um copy off of me, compete with me, if there's anyone watching me with any jealous energy right now, then you are not welcome here. You need to exit this space. Do not come back into my space. And yes, may the rest of this live session be protected and any malevolent or dusty energy be repelled. Okay. So yeah, so there's a lot of success that wants to come through, but a lot of you all don't feel like you can be recognized for it. Um so integrating spirituality and emotional health is paramount for that to come through, because the spiritual world is where everything comes from. It's where we all there is no separation from the spiritual world and this physical world. Okay, this is all one world. The difference is we experience one world when we're sleeping and the other world when we're awake. And because the other world that we experience when we're sleeping feels like it's not real, it feels like it's just, and sometimes we don't even um we're not even like sensitive. Our conscious mind isn't even sensitive to what we experience when we're asleep. But we exist in both worlds at the same time. And the spiritual world is directly tied to our feminine wealth. So there could be things going on spiritually. A lot of the times you might feel it, right? If you are consistently feeling any kind of like dense energy around your wealth or your finances, um and you are intuitively being called to like where that might be coming from, or that maybe somebody's sending you the evil eye, or maybe there's something in your bloodline that needs to be cleared around money, all of those things, which I will help you unpack in the ritual that I'm going to do in the morning. So if you want to be a part of that ritual, again, the link is down below in the description for you to sign up, and I'll add you to the list. Um, that all has to do with your wealth and the level of wealth that you experience. If you are not emotionally healthy in your wealth journey, you will. Ooh, I got the hangman came out. If you're not emotionally healthy in your wealth journey, well, I guess with the hangman coming out, the message is you're not going to be able to surrender to the flow of wealth that wants to come to you. You're not going to be able to surrender to that. You're going to be in resistance to it. So the message here is for you to step into your next level of wealth and success. First of all, you have to get comfortable with being and seeing yourself as someone who's worth experiencing that type of success, that type of receivership, and then surrendering to the way that it wants to come. When you integrate your spirituality, you're able to tap into that other world that is that may or may not be blocking your next level of success. And I know for me, I've had a lot of revelations around how my family had been a huge, and the way that I was raised when I was a child, right? The emotional imprints on you that you may not even recognize when you experience life, especially as a child, and you grow up and you go through things, they can imprint you into just behaving and thinking in a certain way that, unless you tap into your spirituality, it's just going to continue to stay the way it is, because there's no amount of ignoring things that is going to get you to that billionaire, right? That billionairess and level of wealth. So I'm just pulling an oracle card. Let me see some money signs in the chat and some fishes in the chat for fertility and Pisces energy. Let me see some money signs and some fishes in the chat, if y'all are resonating and following me thus far. All right, so this is the oracle card that I just pulled. It says perseverance. All right, Saraya got the money signs in the chat. All right, Saraya got that money on the way. Saraya got that money on the way. Coach Glow, Tarot got that money on the way. Sacred Love got that money on the way. All right now. Kia got the money on the way. Fishes, she got the fishes now. Okay now. Don't get pregnant now. No, actually, do get pregnant, but you don't have to get pregnant with a baby, okay? Because rich women are rich in every area, okay? And when you are creating life, when you are fertile, you are just creating everything, especially wealth and abundance. All right, so perseverance, it says you have the power within yourself to conquer any challenge and come out stronger on the other side. Trust in your resilience and your ability to persevere. So some of y'all have literally been going through it. Some of y'all have been like, when is my day? Like, when is it? When is graduation day? Okay, I'm ready to graduate out of this and into my next level. I'm ready to graduate out of this, feeling like I can't be successful, feeling like I can't have my success, and I'm ready to graduate into the world, okay? But right now, the message is definitely to start to surrender. To surrender. 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 Who will tell me in the chat if you know how to surrender. Let me know in the chat if you know how to surrender. Okay. Yeah. I will give you some Robux. I'll let you know at the end of my lives, and to see. Okay. If you do good, I'm gonna give you some Robux. Yes. Okay. Saraya says, oh, Coach Glow says, thank you. You got that money on the way, girl. Yes. Saraya says, yes, I know how to surrender. Sacred Love, when I think of surrender, I think of floating in water, but I struggle in everyday life. Give me an example of how you struggle. Because whatever you're struggling with in that surrendering, I guarantee you there are other women in this chat right now who are struggling with that same thing. And I guarantee you that I've probably struggled with it at some point too. So give me an example, sacred love. All right, so I have the Eight of Cups reversed. There's some things that need to be walked away from, that need to be released regarding your finances, okay? It's like I'm holding my breath every moment. Like, I want to not be afraid. What are you afraid of? You're holding your breath. That's something that you do when you are like, these are the times that I hold my breath. I'm hold my breath when I'm walking past somebody that I feel like might stink really bad, and I don't know. I don't want to test it. I'm just like, nope. Not gonna breathe in that air. So I hold my breath when I don't want to breathe in certain air. I hold my breath when I go in the water and I don't want to get water in my nose. I feel like I might start choking on water. So maybe there's a fear around absorbing something you don't want to absorb, or getting yourself into something that you don't want to get yourself into, or of you hurting yourself. I constantly stress for my future. Do you feel like, okay, so the Eight of Cups reversed and the World came out again. The World came out again. Completion, graduation, coming out, being seen. This can talk about, the World talks about like the big stage, sometimes the big stage and people seeing who you are. It also just talks about like closing out cycles and graduating into, it can also talk about like the next level, right? You're going to the next level. So if you're stressing about your future, if you're stressing about your future, that means that you think that you're in control of it. So there's probably some beliefs that have to shift now about your future. And this is something that allowed me to stop stressing about my life and my life's path. And this is when I started learning and practicing the human design. Human design is a modality of understanding the human psychology. It's based off of astrology and lots of other different things. When I started learning the human design, there was something very specific that I learned about when you are um, what they call a generator in human design, or specifically a manifesting generator, because I, in the human design, am a manifesting generator, which I love being a manifesting generator. Shout out to all of you who are also manifesting generators. If you're a manifesting generator, you could just put MG in the chat, because I see you. If you're not a manifesting generator, or you're a manifester, or you're just a generator, then you could just put an M, or you could just put a G in the chat. If you have no idea what the human design is, then you could just put no idea in the chat. No idea. No idea. This might be your sign to go and look up what your human design is. Sacred Love says, I'm a generator. Okay. Sugar Cookie says, she's a, okay, manifesting generator. So if you are a generator, what I learned in the human design is that we tend to want to control our path the way that manifestors kind of control their path. Like if you're just a manifester in the human design. But when you're a generator, and this is the thing that is so sacred and feminine about being a generator, is that we rule over the sacral energy of the planet. We are the creative force of the planet. Everyone else gets their energy from us. Everyone else gets their energy from us. So where we start to trip up is we start to think that we have to create our life when really our life has been created. Our path has already been paved out. The road is already there, right? Basically what I'm saying is you're already destined for your greatest and most fulfilling life experience. You don't have to control it. It wants you. It wants you more than you even know that you want it. That life path wants you. So you don't have to control your way to that down that path. You just have to let go of all of the resistance that you might have. So let's dive into some of the resistance. You need to do a male session on success through spiritual energy. We need love too. Y'all do. Honestly, y'all do. Y'all need some love for real, for real. Y'all need some love for real, for real. Okay, if there are any men in my chat that want to be added to the ritual that I'm doing in this morning, and you also want to get a reading, I am not discriminating in my readings. My courses are more feminine centered, but if you're a man and you're wanting to hop on and be a part of the ritual and get a reading done and everything like that, I'm 100%. Oops, sorry, y'all probably heard all of that movement. I'm 100% okay and will gladly also do a reading for my masculine energy men that are watching me. And I have a lot to say about male success through spirituality. I have a lot to say on that subject. I have a lot to say on that subject. I have a lot to say on this subject as well, but I feel like there's so much that other men just don't even know to tell other men because they're so mannish. They don't think about it. All right. So I pulled my question I was asking myself was, what is the resistance in the collective right now that's on my live video to surrendering? And I got the Two of Pentacles, the Chariot. So the resistance, there's some resistance in deciding what it is that you want to do with your energy. Okay. And the Chariot coming out, the Chariot is like bold movement forward, usually towards your desires. So I'm feeling like there's resistance towards the thing that you know that you want to do, or the thing that you know that you want, but you're not allowing yourself to fully choose it. Today is the day. This full moon is the time to choose. Make the choice. Okay, make the choice. It's all up to you. And that is another part of moving into this 1 year, is that when you move out of, all right, I got the Queen of Swords reverse coming out. When you move out of the 9 energy of feeling like or not feeling like, but you move out of the 9 energy of completion, graduating, and everything like that, and you're moving into the 1 energy. The 1, okay, and this is something that I'm going to break down on my Asaya Mystic channel pretty soon. I'm going to be going through all the numbers in numerology because that's a huge part of understanding your magic and your gift and what it is that you really want to do and what you're being guided towards and all of those things. Okay, I'm going to be talking about that on my Asaya Mystic page. For those of you who are men, okay, my Asaya Mystic is not centered around women. Okay, that's That is my specifically for spirituality, um ancestral veneration, um soul activation channel. Like that's what that Asaya Mystic is for. Um when we step into this 1 year, one has to do with being the one, being the beginning, being the one that, right? So when this is something really profound that I learned from a numerologist back when the epidemic was happening in 2020 and everybody and their mama was on Clubhouse because nobody could see each other in person. So when everybody was on Clubhouse, I was on Clubhouse too. And I ended up meeting a numerologist on Clubhouse, and he taught me a good bit of information about numerology that I never knew. I found it to be really empowering. One of the things I learned from him was that the number one, when we think of the number one, usually it's described as the beginning, right? People with one energy usually like to be first. They like to be, the individual, meaning like they like to be seen out of everybody else. They want to be seen. Um, the number one is also ruled by the sun. So you're gonna get that sun energy in the person with who also has one energy or is working with one energy. But what he broke down to me was that being a one doesn't have it has nothing very little to do with necessarily being first, but it has to do with being whole. When he said that, I was like, being whole? He was like, yes, with being complete, because the one is everyone. We are all one. We are all one being. We are all one entity. We are all one energy. So the one in its truest form is really just recognizing that it's connected to everyone and everything. It's not separate. It's so similar to the nine, except the nine is focused on completing and walking away, whereas the one is focused on moving forward and starting new things. So I pulled the Queen of Swords reversed. Okay. And I was going to make a really strong point with that one explanation. And it was tied to something that I was talking about. Please, somebody, y'all, if y'all can let me know what I was talking about in the past 5 minutes, it'll come back to me. But I probably need a cup of water right now. Okay, so with the Queen of Wands, or not the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords coming out reversed, with the Two of Pentacles, the Chariot, right? There's resistance to deciding what you truly want to do. And the Queen of Swords reverse, okay, your mind is also getting in the way of the surrendering. So you deciding what it is that you should be doing, you being clear about where it is that you know that you're going, and then the things that you're telling yourself are all grouped into what is stopping that surrendering from happening. So if you want to truly embrace the surrender, like Sacred Love was talking about, right? It's time to understand that your path is already laid out for you. Two of Pentacles, you don't have to juggle like extra responsibilities or extra things. You can go for and live in the way that you want, okay? But you have to be clear about it. Queen of Swords reversed. You have to be clear. What is clarity? This is why I said why emotional health is tied to wealth. Because a lot of the times when you're emotionally unhealthy, you're also clouded. There's also a lot of storms going on internally. There's fog, you know, the water is all over the place. The emotions are all over the place. Let me know if y'all have been emotionally going through it. Okay. What put some water in the chat if there's been some emotional stuff going on that you're ready to get cleared up, that you're ready to calm, that you're ready to have um flow you in the direction that you want to be in, right? Sacred Love said that surrendering feels like floating. And that's absolutely accurate. Surrender does feel like floating. Surrender does feel like floating. You can only float in calm water. You can't float in no hurricane season. You can't float in no tropical storm. You can't float when there's natural disasters occurring, okay? And I'm talking about the natural disasters because Queen of Swords is the woman of air, okay? And air, when it comes to air, and then you also mixing in water, we're talking about surrender and Pisces energy. If it's turbulent, like the Queen of Swords reversed, that's a lot of storms. That's a lot of um like definitely hurricanes and tropical storms where there's a lot of harsh winds combined with the water. Not safe. Not safe to surrender. I don't blame you for not wanting to surrendering in an inner environment that's like that. Um for some of you, go and watch my video that I did. It is called How to Manifest Money Using Feminine Energy, and there's actually another video linked to that, and I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's really like a close to, I think it's called um How to Let It Be Easy. How to let it be easy. How to let manifesting money just be easy. Um Let me see if I can find the name so I'm not. Whoops. Sorry, y'all. Let me see if I can find the names. Let me see if I can find the names. So, if y'all are enjoying this live right now and you are pumped for this Billionairess blood moon tomorrow morning in the next few days, if you're ready to transform your relationship with money and really uncover what's going on with your money reality, I want to see some full moons in the chat. I want to see some bloods in the chat. Some blood. I don't know if can say that on don't know if I can say that on YouTube. But some of those emojis, some moon emojis, some no, not that one. Okay, let me see. Sorry, y'all. I have to I want to make sure I'm telling y'all it's the correct video. Life is easier when you are a feminine woman. Okay. Life is easier when you are a feminine woman. For some of you, you need to go and watch that video. Life is easier when you're a feminine woman, and um manifesting money as a feminine woman. So those are the two videos I recommend for you to also watch um in your spare time that are on my channel. Okay, so we're working on mindset, y'all. Well, not just mindset, but your clarity. That was the message that came up, really, was your clarity. All right, sacred love. Sacred love, you put the oceans in the chat, the moons in the chat. Thank you for being active. Okay, so this is something that I did for the last live video, but who for the person that is the most engaged in the chat room, Throughout this live video, at the end of the live video, I'm going to offer them a personal mini reading. A personal mini reading having to do with their personal situation going on with their wealth, and their relationship to their feminine wealth, what may be blocking you, and what you're heading towards, and things like that. So if you're interested in that, make sure you are active in the chat and you are sticking around until the end of this video. All right. So for this Pisces full moon, to help you release poverty timelines, everything that I've described before, that I've been talking about with the cards and everything, is what needs to be integrated. There's also an understanding that the emotional wealth, meaning the happier that you are, the more at peace that you are, the more in love with your life. Okay, Pisces is a very romantic sign. Pisces is very romantic. The more in love with your life that you are, that you choose to be, the more wealthier you become. Me after all says, I just want to say you are so beautiful. I was drawn to your channel because of your beautiful aura. Oh, you are so beautiful. You can see my beauty because you are so beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate your loving words. You are also so very beautiful. Thank you so much for being here and part of this live session, and also the Earth Feminine community. If you're a subscriber, okay. So that just threw me off for a second because I was about to say something. All right, I just pulled the sun. So there is, okay, hold on. The sun card is represents joy and happiness and fulfillment in life, and that's what I was just saying. That's actually what I was just saying. I kind of started to forget. The more in love with your life that you are, the wealthier you become. The sun, right? The sun is the gold, is the gold, right? That's where the gold of this planet comes from, right? It doesn't just come from it by itself. It comes from its relationship with the earth, right? The earth produces gold via the sun's frequency and the sun's energy and the sun's love. And it is the most one of the most potent energies on the planet. All right, 9 of Wands. So yeah, the 9 of Wands coming out. There's a good handful of you that really has just been overwhelmed and overburdened and ready to lay it all down. And King of Swords coming out to say that yes, I said yes, coming out to say yes. Coming out to say yes. You, okay, I'm not going to get that deck. you can decide. You are the decider. You are the lawmaker, basically, of your life. You don't have to continue with that reality. You can allow yourself to rest with the Four of Swords coming out and step into a new era of feminine overflow. Resting, right? Do you have beliefs? Let me know in the chat what how you feel about the idea of letting everything that you've been doing previously go and really living the life that you want to live for yourself. Let me know in the chat how you actually feel about that. Like when you think about doing that, when you think about living like that, what comes up in your body? Like, how do you feel? Okay. How do you feel about the idea of, because I see a lot of you want to rest, a lot of you want to walk away, a lot of you want success. Okay. You're being called to let go of the juggling of multiple different things. Sacred Love says sigh of relief. Okay. That means that resistance, if you are getting a feeling of relief by thinking about going in the direction you want to go, then that's the direction that you need to go in. So if you are not going in that direction, now you can ask yourself or even put in the chat, like what what comes up in your mind when you actually start going in that direction? Like when you start going in that direction of going in the direction of the path or the path that you love, right? For some of you, I talked to someone yesterday in my live video. For some of you, you want to be leaders, right? You want to be feminine leaders. You want to teach femininity in your own way, in your own uniqueness. For some of you, that's what you've realized that brings you joy, because that's something that you're stepping into, right? For some of you, you're wanting to understand um, how to do that and how to be resource for that, right? That's where I shared my Lunar Feminine Freedom course, because that is the course that gives you the blueprint to, one, discovering what your unique feminine energy signature is, your unique spiritual gift as a woman is, and then moving forward to receiving like hundreds of thousands of dollars for that. And that is something that I'm teaching you, that I learned how to do, right? When I was going through my wealth journey, there was a lot of people I had to let go of. There was a lot of women, right? I had to realize I could no longer be engaging with or hanging around, because those women felt uncomfortable with asking for anything, okay? For anything that they did. I had to separate myself from friends. Well, I don't know if they're necessarily friends, but they were somewhat friends at the time, but they had an issue with receiving. And when they saw me doing it, when they saw me doing it, they had something negative to say, or they had something, doubtful to say, because that was their own insecurities. So I had to go through a lot, y'all. A lot of shedding of the old paradigm, right? For a lot of women, it's easy to think that you can receive money from a job or in this like generic way that everybody else receives money. But to receive money on your own terms, oh, that's immoral. Oh, that's not right. Or, oh, I feel uncomfortable asking for that much. Or, you know, I had to learn how to get out of that discomfort. So anyway, fast forward to now, I remember when I was on a call with like I actually was talking to another influencer on YouTube. I don't know if she's still on YouTube now, about a potential collaboration. And I was telling her how much my course or my program price was. And she was like, "What? Like you're charging thousands of dollars?" Like, and she had like that proceeded to be like a really nasty experience, and also one of the reasons why um I'm going to begin to start getting on these lives now. I've already been doing it, but I'm just going to say it again, right? If you are on this channel and you have any kind of jealous energy, competitive energy, okay, you watch my videos and you feel like this nasty energy towards me, but yet you still watch me, you still consume my content, anything like that, um, you're not welcome. Only loving, collaborative, reciprocal energy is welcome here in my space. Okay? So anyway, that's lunar feminine freedom. That is what I'm teaching you how to calibrate into in lunar feminine freedom, is receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars for your soul gift, in a nutshell. So the link to that is in the description. Okay, so the Ace of Cups, we have the Ace of Cups came out. There is some new beginnings in finances, in love, in life. Like for some of you, you're ready to just rewrite everything. And for like 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have to, because as I said in my previous live video, if you've been showing up in money in a masculine way that's making you burnt out, um, and depriving yourself, depriving your body, depriving your joy, depriving your kids, your relationships are also deprived. Your relationship to men is probably also deprived. You don't feel like fully yourself. So there's a new beginning in love that's also wanting to come through. And guess what? The beauty of a Pisces full moon, and a lot of people don't know this, a lot of people don't tell you this. Okay. Hold on, let me take my mic off. Okay, so a lot of people do not tell you this in astrology because a lot of people just don't know. Okay, but I'm pretty much that person, okay, who knows. I'm the person who knows, especially when it comes to like astrology and the esoteric stuff. Okay, Pisces has a very in-depth relationship with the sign of Libra. And that is why as we exit the Pisces full moon, what comes next? Okay? The Libra new moon. So this is all the clearing that we're doing for this full moon is prepping the space and the stage for the new moon that we're going to, and that's also an eclipse, y'all. So we're going to get to that. We're going to cross that bridge when we get to that bridge, but just letting you know, okay, if you do it right today, it's going to get even righter on the new moon in Libra. Or not today. Sorry, tomorrow, y'all. Okay, y'all. Give me some blue hearts in the chat if you are following me, if you're resonating. Now's the time, if you have any questions, y'all, about this full moon, to share with me your questions. But I want to see some blue hearts in the chat. Okay, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. So, oh my Lord, have mercy. Ten of Pentacles. Queen of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. So And then what? We got the Seven of Pentacles reverse. Seven of Pentacles reverse. Ten of Wands reverse. Girl. Oh my Lord, have mercy. Queen of Pentacles coming out. Oh my gosh. All right, the Four of Cups coming out. Hangman. I know y'all are probably like, what the hell? Come on, slow down, Asaya. Slow down. Let me know if do I have any fellow tarot readers in the chat right now? If you are a fellow tarot reader, give me some mystic balls in the chat. Okay, so wow, the cards that just decided to come out to close this up. Beautiful, beautiful. So we got the Queen of Cups. There is absolutely an abundance of love and peace and fulfillment and blessings. Okay, the Queen of Cups can talk about financial blessings, just like the Queen of Pentacles came out too. So then the Ten of Pentacles also came out. This is talking about generational wealth, like wealth that isn't just for you, but it's for your children, it's for your children's children. This is legacy level wealth. And those of you who are on this live session with me, okay, especially if you choose to also do a ritual on your own tomorrow morning, or be a part of the ritual that I do through the link down below in the description, there is going to be an abundance of love coming through, an abundance of finances coming through, like next level. But it's not no small change though. Like this is next level wealth. And the Seven of Pentacles reverse is like saying, yeah, like it's go time. There is nothing left for you to wait on. Okay, when it comes to this, it's go time. Ten of Wands reverse is like, yeah, that's over with. All of that stressing and struggling and everything like that, that's done for. That is done for. All right, so Sacred Love says yay. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some timeline cards for those of you. Ooh. All right, so sorry y'all. I know when I move my hair it probably makes a lot of noise on my microphone. All right, so I have May coming out. So for some of you, the springtime, you are really going to be seeing the full fruition. This is also Taurus season. So we have Taurus energy coming out. Look at all that green. Look at all that green. If you have a specific amount of money that you are wanting to manifest, what is that? What's your number? Put your number in the chat. What is your specific amount of money? Because this whole energy of what we've been talking about is that you have to choose. You have to make a choice. So what is your choice? Like, how much money are you manifesting? And in what's your time frame, right? And I wouldn't even want to say time frame, but what are you ready to manifest now? And whatever that money, whatever that amount is. Okay, so we have Not in This Lifetime come out. I'm going to pull some more timeline cards. Next couple of years, March, November. Okay, so spring is definitely significant. There's a lot of green coming out in springtime. November, for some of you, it's going to pop off. Some things are going to pop off in November. All right. We have the not in this lifetime in next couple years come out. So I feel like with the not in this lifetime card, because we pulled the 10 of Pentacles, I feel like that's saying that the money is going to reach through other lifetimes. It's going to reach through multiple lifetimes, not just in this lifetime. That's what I'm picking up from that. Sacred Love says $50,000. All right, last card is August. Okay, so we got August. Oh, we just passed August. November's coming up. The money is going to... Okay, so spring is significant for some people. August is significant for some people. November is significant for some people. And then the next couple years and not in this lifetime is coming off to me as number one, what I just said of the money extending into multiple lifetimes, and then the next couple years, let's see, I kind of just want to pull one more for that one. Spirit of life. Remember, you are never alone. The spirit of life is with you. The world takes care of you. Allow yourself to rest in the realization and feel the lightness in you. Next couple years, spirit of life. Some of y'all might get pregnant. I'm just saying. I mentioned pregnancy at the beginning of this video, but I really do feel like somebody's probably going to get pregnant. That just came to me because the card, like the oracle card says spirit of life, and then there's this baby. It looks like, I don't know. I don't know. That gave me the feeling of like an angel baby. Interesting, because I did want to talk about children in this in relationship to Pisces and spiritual children, since we're on the subject of like legacy and all of that. Okay, yeah, something that, so with the next couple years, something that you're not supposed to know in relationship to something that really hurt. Well, some of you with the Three of Swords, so I got the Seven of Swords came out, the Three of Swords reverse came out. Something that really hurt some of you, and it has to do with family, the Six of Cups reverse. Possibly also children. Maybe some of you had a miscarriage, and that has been also a part of your feeling of like lack. And I know some of you are probably not going to want to mention that in this video, just honky-dory, because that's a sensitive subject. But that's coming through right now, that somebody in here who's watching has been through something like that. I don't know why I started shuffling, because the King of Cups had came out right behind the Six of Cups reversed. So there was some kind of connection, or yeah, like you and your person, your husband. I don't know. The King of Cups coming out, it's like making me feel like that warmth of love that you've been wanting. Um Knight of Cups. Yeah, someone who you were in love with. Seven of Pentacles, and you were waiting. The Tower, and then yeah, it just all just didn't work out. Sorry, y'all. Sometimes like stuff. That's the thing about when you're a reader. Sometimes things just want to come through. Um, yeah, and the Tower coming out, and it didn't work out. The Six of Pentacles, but you want to receive. You want to be back in balance again with receiving love in the way that you know you're supposed to, and you're connecting. The Moon coming out, you're connecting to the spirit child or the spirit baby. For some of you, you've been having dreams about a child or a baby. I just have to talk about this because I was thinking about talking about this because I've been going through some recent, like actually it's been months I've been going through it, and only recently was I like, should I talk about this? There's a lot of subjects around children and like things like that that I want to talk about on this channel, but sometimes I feel like, oh, that's not something that I can talk about that people will want to hear because of the algorithm and all that. But I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just going to talk about it. Um but some of you have been having dreams about child or a spirit baby. Or spirit babies or whatever like that. And like other also, like I said before, like some of you have experienced what I was just describing, losing a child or miscarriage. um so there's a message here coming through what, and this all came from the timeline cards, okay? Because the not in this lifetime card really like brought that out of like this feeling of like I can't have my love, that the love that I wanted. And this could be like in the form of a baby or a child or whatever like that. Like this feeling of like I want my baby back, or I can't have my baby, or I want it back, you know. Um I have also been having dreams about um babies that I gave birth to in the spiritual realm, but when I wake up, they're not here. Okay, that could be significant for some of you who have also been going through that. But I've recently, I would say really over the past 3 years, that's happened to me on and off, where I will have dreams about children that I had. Sometimes it's just one child, sometimes it's multiple children. I literally remember being pregnant with them and giving birth to them and looking them in their face. And then when I wake up, I kid you not, like I'm like, where's my child? Like I have this where's my baby feeling when I wake up, like just in those first few moments. And then I kind of come back to my center and to my body, and I realize that I only gave birth to one daughter. I didn't give birth to any other children, but when I wake up, I swear I gave birth to other children. I swear it. So there's a big thing coming through here where children are like related, deeply related to wealth, to the wealth that a lot of you are wanting to call in. Children are actually portals to wealth. And when children come through, it's like they have their own energetic bank account that they come with when they come through. So children are portals to wealth, women are portals to wealth. Um, so for some of you, having more children is definitely like also in the timeline. And there's healing that wants to also happen for some of you who either have physically gone through the experience of losing a child, or you have a spiritual feeling of your spirit children being very close to you and wanting to come through, or wanting to come through you. That's an experience a lot of women have. People don't talk about very often. I don't really know why, but if you're highly sensitive Okay, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Oh my gosh. I don't know how long I was like not muted for. Okay. Alright, so I don't know, my mic was tripping. How long was I muted for? Because I definitely was like talking to Sacred Love. I don't know if she's still here in the chat. I bet not have been mute for long. Thank you, Black Widow. Thank you, Black Widow Naga. Okay. Okay, are you a Naga? Are you from the occult college? Are you a Naga from the occult college? I also watched the occult college. Okay. Hello, welcome. Welcome. I definitely love Ashura. I don't know, sorry if I'm not saying his name right. Listening to his lives and everything like that. He's a Pisces. Okay, yeah. So thank you so much, Black Widow, for telling me I was mute. Whoever was listening to me on here while I was mute and didn't say nothing, how dare you? Come on now, y'all. But no, I don't think I was mute for long. So what I was saying was, and hopefully I wasn't mute for long. What I was saying was that I'm gonna answer the question of how your womb is tied into your wealth legacy, and what it's really gonna take to embody billionaire feminine energy. Okay. I was also mentioning, because Sacred Love had the 50,000 in the chat, I asked everybody to put how much they're looking to manifest. Ooh, snap. The card that came out though. If you're wanting to learn how to manifest large windfalls of money, then Valued and Worthy, the link to that is down below in the description box. That's the same, okay, so the same techniques I am teaching you in Valued and Worthy are the same techniques I used to manifest my sweepstakes win, to manifest a bunch of stuff that I have manifested, okay? To manifest my apartment, to manifest my apartment in Seattle, okay? Which was like literally a miracle because, you know, I wasn't even living in Seattle at the time. So I manifested my apartment with these techniques, my sweepstakes win with these techniques. I manifest all kinds of things all the time. So it basically, if you have an amount that might maybe intimidate you, an amount of money that might intimidate you, an amount of like anything, right? Anything that you feel like is intimidating, then Valued and Worthy is going to teach you the techniques to get you out of that. And also the emotional energy you need to tap into in order to speed up the manifestation, so it's not taking years and years, but it's taking like a month, 2 months, a couple weeks, tomorrow, like type thing. Okay. Black Widow says, I'm looking to make millions. Well, you're on the right live. This is actually the billionaire blood moon energy, but millions is cool too. Millions is the next step to billions. But this is the billionaire, okay, billionaire live, all right? Billionaire live, we're in the billionaire energy right now. Billionaire energy is the energy of I get to receive. I get to be the one who has it all. The housekeeper, the flight, the travel, the first class traveling, the houses in Hawaii or Paris or France or Africa, you know, the influence, right? Maybe it really just depends on what you want. But the billionaire frequency woman is the woman who is the empress, okay? We're stepping into empress energy, okay? Wow, in Seattle, Washington, big money city. Yes, Seattle, Washington is a big money city. It also is the city of some of the most homeless people. So just because there's a lot of money out here does not mean that everybody's tapped into the frequency of wealth and prosperity, okay? Um but yeah, it is a big money city. Yeah, I'm going to write my manifestations on paper and put it on my Lilith altar. Great, absolutely. I have Pisces in the 7th house. Pisces in the 7th house. Well, then your soulmate is probably gonna be a Pisces. Um, or maybe if not a Pisces, have that spiritual energy to them. Um, and a lot of your relationships will flower through Pisces energy. You're right, that frequency of wealth is so crucial. I'm so new to this and I'm learning. Absolutely. Well, the good thing is, okay, so this is what it's really going to take to embody billionaire feminine energy. This is the card that came out. Look at this woman. Look at her. Look at her. Look how beautifully sovereign she is. Look at her throne. This is the high priestess, y'all. The high priestess. Now, she's not the empress, but she's on another level, okay? She's on another level. The high priestess is not even really under the domain of the empress. Whereas all the other queens are under the domain of the empress, the high priestess is kind of like under the domain of God only. Only. Okay? So you have to be sitting on your throne and knowing of the, I was just thinking about this recently, actually. I was asking myself, actually really just talking to myself, and I was like, when you really get to the point of realizing that you're a grown woman who is her own self, who can create and be powerful and do the things that she needs to do in life, when you really get to that point of where you can say you're a grown woman is when you no longer need to turn to anyone else to ask them what they think, and you just know. You already know what to do. You already know the answers. You already know how you should be guided. You already know what your ritual should look like for you, and you already know, how you already know. You don't need to ask anyone. You're being given the answers, and you're wise enough to know how to follow the answers you've been given and trust in them. So this is going to be about complete and devout trust in yourself moving forward. A lot of women who are in this situation of being in burnout and hustle mode and these masculine paradigms of making money has to do with just the sheer fact that you don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself, and you are conditioned to always look to a man, to look to some kind of figure above you. Now, listen, it's great to learn from other people. Y'all are on here listening to me, right? Learning from me. That's absolutely amazing to do. What I'm saying is, I'm not your God, okay? Nobody else is your God. Like, nobody else can really and truly tell you how to be you and how to live you. We can give you the energy of alignment when we're showing up in alignment with ourselves, so you can see and witness what alignment looks and feels like. You benefit from that, but ultimately your choices are your own, your guidance is your own. Nobody else knows better than than you than you. Okay, you know what's good for you. So that is the billionaireess energy. Okay, is you knowing what's good for you. All right, so I feel like I covered everything that I wanted to talk about. I'm a little concerned though, because my audio went out and I don't know how long the audio went out, and I was talking for some time. So hopefully it wasn't out for too long. Otherwise, you know, that's just what it is, just is what it is. Okay. Still a good session nonetheless. Still a good session. So if anybody has any questions or anything like that that they want to ask, now's your time. And sacred love, if you came back to the chat, let me know, because I did say that you were the one who was most active in the chat, and that I was going to do a free wealth reading. But I mean, Black Widow, if you're not here, Black Widow would be the second most active since I started the chat. So I did offer mini readings for the women who are most active in the chat. So Black Widow, if you're interested in a mini wealth reading, then let me know. This is a mini wealth reading, diving into whatever might be blocking you and your next steps forward in wealth. For those of you who want to be added on to the full moon ritual and would like me to do a wealth ritual for them, breaking and severing you from all lack and poverty timelines as we move into this 1 year, and we set the stage for how we will be giving and receiving energy moving forward once the Libra new moon comes up. The link to that is in the description. To be added on, it is $66 to the ritual. So the link to that is in the description box. And again, all of my courses are currently on flash sale. The links to that are all down in the description. You can read the descriptions of all of my courses to understand better what they all have to offer. So yeah, I have had a really engaged and fun time talking to you all for almost 2 hours. So let me know if y'all enjoyed this live session. If you're watching the recording and you watched all the way to the end, let's see, what can you put in the chat? I don't know. Put some money bags in the chat, because if you listen to the whole entire live, like after this is over, you committed, okay? So just go ahead and put some money bags in the chat. Okay, I don't think Black Widow is here anymore. Because she would have said something if she wanted a free mini reading. So I guess nobody wanted to take advantage of that. I was too busy doing a collective reading, I guess. All right, so yeah, that is everything that I had to talk about or share. I don't see any questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this reading out. Thank y'all so much for being a part of this live session, and I will see y'all in my next video. Let me know what y'all will want to talk about with me next. If not, then I'm gonna tune in and channel what wants to be channeled, and we will go from there. But yeah, I love y'all so much, and I will see y'all in my next live video. Peace.